Astros released first baseman Jimmy Van Ostrand and right-hander Lance Pendleton. Brewers released catcher Mike Rivera, which appeared in one game with the 2011 Brewers and has experience in 9 seasons. Yankees released Russell Branyan from his minor league contract and re-signed him to a new one. They appear to save $100,000 with the maneuver. The Blue Jays acquired right-hander Ryota Igarashi from the Pirates for cash considerations or a player to be named later. The 32-year-old appeared in 45 games for the 2011 Mets, posting a 4.66 ERA with 9.8 K9 and 6.5 BB9 in 38 2.3 innings. The Phillies announced they had traded minor league first baseman Matt Rizzotti to the Twins for cash considerations. The 26-year-old spent the 2011 season at AA Reading and posted a .295, .392, .511 line with 24 homers, 34 doubles, and 79 walks in 587 plate appearances. So you have those things in the MLB. We'll finish off with this. Brewers outrighted right-hander Amari Rivas to AAA. The 26-year-old posted 4.72 ERA with 6.5 K9, 4.8 BB9, and 152 thirds innings at AAA last year. The Yankees announced they have outrighted catcher Craig Tatum to AAA. Tatum, recent waiver claim by the Yankees, has a 2.23, 2.91, and 2.64 line in 299 appearances and has stopped 21% of stolen base attempts. He also has .249, 3.16, 3.77 batting line in 8 seasons as a minor leaguer. Finally, the Rays have placed former first overall selection Matt Bush on the restricted list, which creates 40-man roster space for Tampa Bay. He was arrested for driving under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident earlier this spring. This is where What Was That comes into play. So here we go, guys. Let's get to the second to last segment of the game. What was that? In the show.
Investigating athletes' mistakes, SP analyzes all the crazy headlines in the sports world. This is What Was That? Only on the SP show. I got a chopper in the car. YMCMB.
Alright, so, seriously, a former first overall selection arrested for driving under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident. Are you kidding me? Your former first selection. It's like if John Wall went to a freaking kid's candy store, stole candy, you can literally see a freaking hole right there in front of you of candy missing, and you see him running out, and he's leaving with the candy. He's running away from the police. I know it's just candy, but it's still, you can't expect something that stupid from a first round, from a first selection. Why would he do that? He's 26 years old. Posted a 4.83 ERA with 13.8 K9, 4.3 BB9 in 50 and a third innings of relief. He was selected first overall in 2004 by the Padres. That is crazy. He's not gonna get paid now. That's his little stupid move. That's What Was That on the SP show. Alright, we have arrived in the 50 mark. The last news event of MLB we are saying is that the Braves will sign Livan Hernandez, which would be a 1-year major league deal after the Astros released the veteran right-hander. So that's going to help the Braves. Another right-hander can come in handy. You get it? Right-hander, come in handy. Alright, so that's something else from the show. Dry humor. Alright, so when we come back in a few minutes, we will conclude the show with my final 4 picks. Quick picks. And I will quick pick a few other games. Not many games, but a few other NBA games. So we'll do that coming back. That's it. You know what? You gotta admit that Tim Tebow, what he wants to do is bring the Jets to the top. That's what he wants to do. He wants to make the Jets a playoff team. He wants to be a solid backup quarterback. He wants to be the best backup quarterback in the history of the National Football League. I don't know what to tell you. I just can't be your friend. I am only a sports show talk show host. The only thing I can tell you is that any guy of the sport that kneels down to be, I'm not saying that anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that any guy like him is good because he's focused on his work and he's committed to his goals. And if you ask me, he is definitely better than Drew Stanton. Anyhow, Drew Stanton is in Indianapolis. There's just no excuse. Tim Tebow is going to be better than Drew Stanton. We just have to see how much better he is going to be. But that he's going to be better is the truth. Now, if you're going to tell Tim Tebow is going to be the best backup quarterback in the NFL, you know what I'm going to tell you? It's not happening. Tune in to the SB Show. YouTube.com/user/capital S lowercase p capital S lowercase PORTS capital C lowercase ORNER. YouTube.com/user/SpSportsCorner. Make sure to tune in and subscribe now. The SB Show. Everything sports related and a bit more. And we are back with SB Show. So, in the NCAA, you have Pittsburgh defeating Washington State to get the CBI title. Pittsburgh won 71-65. So that's good for Pittsburgh. I know it's not the Final Four or anything that sort, but it does help. So, last thing we're talking about the MLB, opening night on Wednesday at 7 p.m. is opening game between the Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. That's a good game. That's a good game right there. So that's going to be on ESPN3. So now in our quick picks, we're just going to predict Final Four, some NBA games for today and tomorrow, some NHL games that are actually worth playoff contention, and that's pretty much it. And we'll wrap up the show for today until Monday. So let's get started with quick picks. Selecting predictions from sports matches and analyzing games. But first, predictions are made in a quick manner. This is Quick Picks on the SB Show. Alright, so Final Four starts today, and it's been a while. I've been wanting basketball for a while, but between Kentucky and Louisville, I'm going to take Kentucky by points, random amount, 71-63 Kentucky. It's not going to be that far. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Louisville is a pretty good team. I just don't think they're very consistent. You know, they don't always win games. But 71-63 Kentucky. And then in Kansas, Ohio State, I'm going to say Kansas 69-60. So there you go. Both teams are very consistent. That's for sure. They are better than Louisville. but I'm going to take Kansas 69, Ohio State 60. Kentucky, Kansas in the championship game. We will analyze that closer to the date. So, there you have it. I mean, we will analyze the championship game closer to the date. So, that's how that works. And now we're going to analyze a few games of the NBA and NHL. So, we will quick pick 10 games every show from now on. So we have 8 left. So from NBA, between today and tomorrow, I am going to analyze... I will analyze 4 games. So, for today, you have the Hawks and the 76ers. I'm going to take the Hawks. They're a bit more consistent. I'm taking the Hawks by a score of... I'm going to take them 86-79 Hawks. Now, you have the Indiana Pacers and the San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to take the Spurs by a score of 87-81. Then you have very, very good game tomorrow. You have the Heat at the Celtics. I'm going to take the Heat 91-86. Finally, you have the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Portland Trail Blazers. That's a good division game. That is pretty good. I'm going to say the Trail Blazers win it 83-77. So there you guys go. We will put our quick picks. Oh yeah, we still have 2 more. But we will put our quick picks in all our pages. And then you guys can see our records every show. And then we will get the overall records after a certain amount of shows. But that's going to come in a long time. Because we just add them together to get one big chunk over the past long period of time. So, 2 last games from the NHL, some playoff contention matches. Alright, you have the Chicago Blackhawks at the Nashville Predators. The Blackhawks are a bit more consistent. They do have a better roster on paper and performance. I'm going to take the Blackhawks 4-3 in overtime. That's tonight at 8 p.m. And then you have the Dallas Stars and the San Jose Sharks. This is very important for the Sharks. If they win this, they're in. And then the Dallas Stars, they're in the 7th seed. They need to win this. Both teams need this. But I'm going to take the Dallas Stars 3-2 in regulation. So there you guys have it. Those are scores, those are games, those are predictions. It's all sports. It's all good. It's all the good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us today on a Saturday on the SP Show. I will make sure to finish editing yesterday's episode and I'll edit today's episode. Thanks for hanging out with us on our second show. It's been great these first 2 episodes. Thanks for hanging out. We will talk more sports, more stuff. It's everything sports related and a bit more on Monday. See you guys then. It's the SP Show.